Welcome to the Experimenters webinar entitled What's Happening in the Software Quality Industry. I'm Clive Bates, a Managing Consultant with Experimenters, and I'm going to spend 5 minutes taking you through some key points about positive news Experimenters sees in the software quality industry, which is based on published research and our own findings. I'll also take the opportunity to point out some good practices we've seen that you may want to emulate. In our experience as consultants covering quality and process improvement within organizations, we see many situations where there is good headway being made to improving both the quality of software applications delivered as well as the supporting internal processes. This approach is paramount to enable organizations to meet the demands placed on them by clients and also provide them with a good reputation for business. Furthermore, a recent survey conducted by KPMG identified the top 3 challenges to successfully undertaking initiatives in 2013 as simply process, people and technology. There is a clear positive message in the report for giving focus to successful organizations this year, enabling them to be in a strong position for approaching future projects. It can be a real maze when trying to decide what to do and when. The way high-achieving organizations dealt with this was by moving forward and improving themselves based on 3 clear and distinct steps. Firstly, they established where they were, by having a clear and tangible understanding of both maturity and use of the processes in place, followed by drawing up a matrix linking where those processes should be. This created a straightforward gap analysis from which to move forward with. Secondly, based on the identified gaps, they ensured appropriate staff were skilled up as required and were engaged in developing any new processes or, where necessary, enhancing existing ones. And thirdly, the technology that supports the enhanced processes and people were introduced to aid ongoing work. Based on this approach used by successful organizations, there is a clear roadmap you can follow as well to identify, develop and establish what work needs to be completed. There should be the right balance between process, people and technology to ensure projects are delivered successfully. If any of these 3 key areas do not operate as well as they should, the end result is slippage in time and maybe quality. So seeing all 3 as one integrated activity is critical. Highly effective organizations also actively manage their monitoring and control procedures so they can keep on top of how they're actually performing. Looking at processes, we can see there are plenty of areas that need to be considered when covering off all the lifecycle activities within projects. All the activities need to be joined up from initiation and planning right the way through to delivery of the project. The overall aim is to build in quality from the start rather than try and test it out later when it can be less effective and more expensive. By having a focused, positive approach to training plus follow-up support and mentoring, your employees are well placed to meet the demands of the organization and to meet their personal goals, both of which should be aligned to the direction of your business and are subject for later discussion. Linked with the people element, once they have a view on where our industry is going, they can help your organization adapt and meet the challenges using new and appropriate technologies. It's a constant learning and adapting process to move with the times and, if possible, be ahead of the game. So where are you? It's not just all about your own perception, but also applying key pragmatic and practical metrics to know and understand all aspects of your business. Not only the status of progress against milestones or plans, but also your costs both during and after development, and not forgetting your client satisfaction. When did you last take a look at the metrics you have and also challenge why you use those specific metrics? Is there other information that may be of more value to you? Given some of the points I've made, there are 1 or more reasons why you may need to change and thus profit from enhancing the way your organization functions. Firstly, it is important not only to adapt to a changing industry, but also recognize if the delivery of your products or applications, whatever they may be, as your organization are either late, not of the required quality, or too expensive to deliver and then support. Secondly, in every organization it is important to recognize the goals of the organization in terms of cost, time or quality, and ensure that the goals of the testing or quality function are synchronized with the organizational goals, or you risk becoming dysfunctional. Thirdly, if your project or company metrics suggest that things are not as good as they could be or should be, don't ignore the messages. Take corrective action. And fourthly, post-project reviews, or they may be known as project retrospectives, are vital in successful organizations to reveal if the same problems are being made in every project. They also allow organizations to reinforce all the good things that do happen in projects. So are you learning and developing from your own retrospectives? This section is all supported by our own research, and we have statements from 4 major organizations that you can read where they have each made significant improvements within their organization, and each one is a case study in its own. This quote really sums up a view from a number of organizations. I hope there are some key messages you want to think about from today. Over the coming months, we will be recording a series of additional presentations going into more detail around some of these. If you know of anyone else who you think would want to join the presentations, please pass on our email info@experimenters.com so they can get in touch. In the meantime, thank you for your time. If you have any questions or comments, then please contact us by email to info@experimenters.com. Thank you.